everyone, welcome to today's episode of Children's Bible Stories. In today's episode, we'll be starting a new series called Parables Made Simple. And in today's parable, we'll be looking at the parable of salt and light. Hope you enjoy! Parables Made Simple, Salt and Light. Jesus was once teaching to a massive crowd on a mountain and telling them sayings too, like the one we're looking at today. Jesus said, "You are the salt of the earth. How shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men." What does this mean? To be the salt of the earth means to have an impact on the earth. And we can have an impact on the earth by showing the love of Christ. You can show the love of Christ in so many simple ways. By being patient with other people when they're trying to annoy you is one way. You can show people love by not getting jealous of them, but congratulating them when they're doing well. You can show love by not holding grudges against people when they upset you. These are all ways you can be salt of the earth, just as Jesus commanded. Jesus then said, "Whereas light that gives light to the world, a city that is built on a hill cannot be hidden. And people don't hide a light under a bowl. They put the light on a lampstand. Then the light shines for all the people in the house." In the same way, you should be a light for other people. Live so that they will see the good thing that you do. Live so that they will praise your Father in heaven. What does this mean? Well, it's just simply telling people about God's Word and living His Word through our actions. Like, you can't tell your friend you don't think it's right to fight people, and then you go and fight every person that annoys you. Jesus doesn't like this. So to make it simple, Jesus has called us to show His type of love to everyone and anyone, and to spread His word and follow His word through our actions. See you next time. Today's memory verse is Matthew chapter 5 verse 13. You're the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its salty taste, it cannot be made salty again. It is good for nothing. It must be thrown out for people to walk on. This episode's quiz. Who did Jesus say is the salt of the earth? A. His disciples. B. Those who listen to Him and obey Him. Or C. His disciples and the people who listen to Him and obey Him. Question 2. What happens when salt loses its flavour? A. It's thrown out for people to walk on. B. It's kept in the storage. Or C. It's sold. Question 3. What has Jesus called us to do to everyone? A. Nothing. B. Share His word and show His love. Or C. Not to care about them. You can find all these answers in the video, or even in the Bible in Matthew chapter 5 verse 13 to 16. And when you do, email your answers to info@rccgwarwick.org. See you next time. Thank you for watching today's episode of Children's Bible Stories. In today's story, we can learn that when we live by God's word, we learn to love one another as well, because that's what God's word says. See you next time.